influencing popular culture, politics, and everything in between. The local station takes you ringside as we discuss the crazy world that is professional wrestling. This is Going Ringside with the local station.
Talk about putting in dues, just for a visual representation. I tried out for WWE in 2018 for the first time. It had a low haircut in 2018. So if you look at my hair now, it's literally a visual representation of how long I've committed to this game.
That hair is the length of time.
It's the length of time
My God.
that I've been pursuing becoming a WWE superstar.
The time is up.
So if you think I'm a rookie, you must be stupid.
That man right there is ready to move up to Raw or SmackDown, out of NXT and beyond. We're talking about the guest we are excited to have today. Trick Williams is here. And by the way, if you're checking us out or not, check us out at youtube.com/@GoingRingside. Give us a subscribe. We need all the subscribers we can get so we can keep bringing you the biggest stars in the world every week, like Trick, who says he has arrived. This is a guy who goes in, dominates NXT. And then something we've never seen before, Trick Williams goes on to TNA and takes their title. I sat down with Trick at the Performance Center down in Orlando in our partnership with CW. And so Trick Williams now is the hottest thing in NXT, has been that way for a long time. He is eager to move on to the next level, and we'll talk about it. We also talk about Oba Femi. We talk about his time here in Jacksonville with us when he used to live here back in the day. And we talk about Nic Nemeth, the TNA locker room. He goes beyond the boundaries of WWE in this interview. So let's get to it. Let's talk about it. Here he is. Here is Trick Williams. Well, we're excited to be joined again by the man himself, Trick Williams. Trick, thanks for joining us.
Let's talk about it, Scott. I'm right here.
How have you been? You have been busy being the first time I can ever recall someone going between two companies and representing two companies.
Trick and A.
And what do you think? How did this happen?
Man, Joe Hendry, for some odd reason, decided to put his title on the line against me. What a dummy. Like, why would you do something like that? You know what I mean? He let his people down. He let all the believers down. You know what I mean? He thought he was doing something big for the brand of TNA, which I respect him for at least putting the title on the line. But that's why we're here.
So what was the response you got when they're like, who's this NXT guy coming into our territory?
Oh, man. So we're talking about from the fans, or we're talking about from the locker room?
Let's do both. Let's start with the fans.
The fans are still whooping that Trick. It don't matter. I can go to Argentina. I can go to Australia. I can go to Indonesia. It don't matter. We're whooping that Trick wherever I go.
Okay.
But the locker room is not whooping that Trick.
Okay, the locker room.
They want to whoop that Trick. And that's fine because nobody going to touch me.
Are they frustrated?
Of course they are. Why
Have
wouldn't
you
they
been
be?
going on their show? I can't quite remember.
And I've been on every single episode that I want to go to.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
You want to go to.
As long as I got my first class ticket, no pun intended, as long as they got a nice hotel waiting for me, then I'll be there.
Do you feel you've been disrespectful to the company at all?
Absolutely not. I've lifted their ratings. I made them bigger stars than they ever were. How can you call that disrespect?
Prior to your title victory over Joe Hendry, if I recall, was the first TNA person ever on a WrestleMania.
Yeah, I believe that.
What did you think about that?
I mean, good for him. But I'm going to tell you what's real. That was my spot he took.
That was your spot he took?
Of course it was.
Really? You should have been there instead?
Absolutely.
You would not have probably been taken out by Randy Orton that quickly?
No, because here's the thing. Me and Randy got a lot more in common. We're elite specimens. You know what I mean? We look good. We look like money. Joe Hendry is a believer. He ain't no doer. He just believe he can do it. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference between the two. So when you put Joe Hendry in a big moment like that against Randy Orton, that's what's going to happen. Put Trick Williams in that same moment. Watch two stallions go at it. Two lions, two alpha males. Let's talk about it.
I want to talk about in NXT. There is an old saying in society, don't meet your heroes.
That's right.
But you did. You work with one, Booker T.
Booker T.
What has that been like?
Man, magical. You know, he's helped elevate my career to the next level. Oh, yeah, man. Every single week, every single time I have my entrance, man, he's right there co-signing, you know, putting a young guy like Trick Williams over, and I appreciate that. But even more than what people see on TV, I'm talking backstage, I'm talking about the film breakdown, I'm I'm talking about the conversation, the checkups on life. I'm talking about, hey, the true mentorship.
What do you mean checkup on life?
Checkup on life, man. Like, hey, that thing that you was doing over there, you know what I mean? Don't hang out with them. You know what I mean? Hey, make sure you carry yourself like this. You know, how your mama doing? Those type conversations.
I want to talk to you about how you carry yourself.
Let's talk about it.
The chains, the leather pants, the no shirt.
That's right.
I think rock stars and pro wrestlers are the only people who can pull this off.
Well, tell me, Scott, if you look like this, would you cover it up with a shirt?
Okay.
You know how much money I've saved on shirts?
Really?
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
I got 13 buttons. I don't use none of them.
So talk to me about where 2026, because we're getting closer. It's almost here.
Crazy, yeah.
Where you want to go, where things will happen for you.
I think it's time. I think the people are ready for Trick Williams to be on the blue or the red brand. I don't know which one that is, but I think it's that time, man. I put in my dues. You know, talk about putting in dues. You know, just for a visual representation. I tried out for WWE in 2018 for the first time and had a low haircut in 2018. So if you look at my hair now, it's literally a visual representation of how long I've committed to this game.
That hair is the length of time.
It's the length of time
My God.
that I've been pursuing becoming a WWE superstar.
The time is up.
So if you think I'm a rookie, you must be stupid. I got the hang time to prove it.
I do want to ask, because you threw a Duval at me. I got a lot of viewers in Jacksonville that are going to probably see
That's
this.
right.
You have a link to the city, if I remember.
I do, man. I stayed in Jacksonville for 8 years.
Wait, you were there that long?
I was there that long.
Tell me about that.
I scored my first touchdown in Jacksonville. So, man, all right. So my history. I hope I got some time to talk.
You got a minute? Yeah,
all
go
right.
ahead.
I got a minute? Okay, I'll hurry up. My pops was in the military, you understand? So my family's from South Carolina. But he was in the military. 2 weeks after I was born, I moved to Pensacola, Florida. I moved to New Orleans. I stayed in New Orleans for 2 years. I moved to Jacksonville, 7, 8 years, all the way to about 7th, 8th grade. Then I moved back to where my family's from in South Carolina. So when you hear Trick Williams say, oh yeah, I live here and here, I'm not lying to you. I stayed in Jacksonville for 8 years.
What are your memories of Jacksonville?
Man, scoring my first touchdown.
Really?
Toting that rock.
Who was that? How was that? Where was that at?
Man, it was right there in St. John's. I was playing probably against Pablo Creek, something like that. Yeah, man, like Jacksonville Jaguars, chasing Fred Taylor at the spring game, all that type of stuff, man. Mark Brunell, Alltel Stadium, real Duval, you know what I'm saying?
Very cool, very cool.
For sure.
So, before the jump to the roster, in NXT, who's rubbing you the wrong way?
Man, everybody. I mean, shoot, let's talk about it. Mike Santana, he on podcasts, talking, you know what I mean? How much the locker room doesn't approve of Trick Williams. When I've made him a bigger star than he ever was. I mean, let's be real. Who was talking about Mike Santana before Mike Santana came up and had a match?
You think Mike
with Trick?
Santana used your name to get in the headlines?
Yes, that's what the game is all about, man. You try to latch on to whoever's hot. And I was hot before I came to TNA. That's why I was there. Santana's the only thing that got something to gain out of all of this by attaching to Trick Williams. Dolph Ziggler, Nic Nemeth.
Whatever his name is.
You know what I'm saying? On podcasts, how upset he is that a young man like me is shining. You know, how many people have I hated on for success? When somebody came in and does something good, they worked hard for it, they ain't talk about nobody, they ain't put nobody down, they just worked hard and got a good opportunity. You don't hear me talking trash about them.
And then Nic Nemeth goes out and says
Then Nic Nemeth comes and says some bull like that. Ethan Page came all the way to NXT and won my title in 3 weeks. I wasn't upset because he won the title. I was upset because he cheated. I don't got to cheat to win. I work hard and I get the job done.
As far as dream matches, if you assuming go to the red or blue brand, those will probably be coming. Who's a dream match?
I got 2 of them. We already spoke about one of them being Booker T.
Sure.
I think it's only right. His last match should be with Trick Williams. The people would love to see it. That's a box office waiting to happen. Besides for that, I want to be the best in this business. If I want to be the best, I have to go against the best. And right now, today, that is Roman Reigns.
Are you and Roman about the same size?
Man, I've only seen him in person once.
Really? Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I've only seen him in person once. I poked my chest out to make sure he knew I was there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So we just gotta have that face off and let the people see firsthand.
And you think you would beat Roman? He's one of the greatest of all time.
He's one of the greatest of all time. And this ain't no I'm a realist, you know what I'm saying? Me and Roman Reigns lock up. He's gonna have to put me down for me to stay down. Because I will not back down, I will not stop fighting. And I want nothing more than to be the man here at WWE, and I'll do whatever it takes to get that dub.
I want to talk to you about your current boss, Ava. What has she been like?
Man.
I mean, to get the final boss's daughter.
She been in the way, annoying. You know something crazy, Scott?
What's that?
She still ain't permitted me my one-on-one rematch against Oba Femi. Everybody who loses the title gets a rematch clause. For some reason, Ava put me to the bottom of the list. Everybody gets a match with... Yoshi gets a match with Oba Femi. Javon, Antoine from LFG gets a match with Oba Femi.
An LFG guy.
LFG, before me, the rightful rematch clause guy in the first place, the leader of the brand. I don't need the title, I'm still in the front of the poster. And I can't get the rematch with Oba Femi.
She hasn't booted you off the poster, at least.
Man, I'm gonna boo her out the system.
Really?
Because I got the pool now.
Well, does she got daddy?
She does.
She does. That's the reality.
Yeah, I know he on the board, so.
He is on the board.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Next topic.
The next topic. Let's move on. I agree. So, Oba, that fight, are you frustrated by it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure that was my best foot I put forward. I mean, we had a little distraction with Eddie Thorpe, so it was a triple threat. And Oba, he is the ruler, man. Like I said, I'm gonna call it like it is. Oba is the man. You know, he's the top guy, and people love him. That's for a reason. But he didn't get the best version of Trick Williams. He didn't get one-on-one Trick Williams. We had an annoyance, you know, as the third guy in that match, you know. But let's see Oba Femi Trick Williams one-on-one.
Final question. CW's coming up on a year anniversary with NXT.
Beautiful.
What has the relationship been like?
Oh, it's been great, man. I don't know if you saw, but I was in the TV show All-American, the season finale of season 7, last episode.
Okay.
Trick Williams made his debut to the big screen.
Hang on.
That's right.
I got it. That's important. That's not my final question. This is, do you want to go to the big screen at some point?
I think the big screen wants me.
So it's just inevitable one way or the other.
It is what it is. I mean, if you call me, then I'm going to show up. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, I just want to be where I'm supposed to be and do the best job that I can do. Any room that I'm in. That's all.
Well, Trick Williams, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining us again on the show.
Duval. Let's talk about it, Scott.
Gave it Duval, meaning the Jacksonville area, and I got an announcement for our Jacksonville viewers. Thank you, Trick, for coming on. Love talking to him, and it involves his show, NXT, because in Jacksonville, there is going to be a brand new lead-in. You're looking at it, and we're going to put it on the screen. The big debut, September 23rd on TV in Jacksonville. That's North Florida, South Georgia on CW17. Going Ringside will debut Tuesday nights at 7:30, right before NXT. This is something we've been working for a long time to get us beyond the web and onto your TV screen. So if you're watching us in the Jacksonville, North Florida, South Georgia area, we're so excited to bring our show to you every week. And as I say, bring the biggest stars on the planet every week here on Going Ringside. So look for that September 23rd, right before NXT. And sticking with our local viewers around here, I do want to talk about a big indie event coming to our region, to Jacksonville. That's Continental Championship Wrestling, or CCW, friends of the show. We've had them on several times. They have a big event coming up in just a few days. If you're seeing this, August 16th in Jacksonville. It will be at the Potter's House Gym on the west side, and I invited them on. Let's talk about it, as Trick says. Their big show coming to Jacksonville on the 16th. Here they go. Well, we're joined once again by a group that is a friend of the show, Continental Championship Wrestling, CCW, based down here in Jacksonville. We're joined by Landon Cruz. Landon, thanks for joining us again on the show.
Scott, thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
Well, we got a big event coming up in just a few days. I hope that you're seeing this in time, August 16th. Landon, tell me all about what's coming up in Jacksonville.
So Continental Championship Wrestling, we're putting on Wrestle Bash 34. And for anyone that doesn't know, Wrestle Bash is an annual show. it is how we compare it to, it's our WrestleMania for CCW. Everything kind of leads up to this night. It's our super card of the year, and it's always a show that you don't want to miss, where a lot of big things happen, a lot of surprises. It's always a good time.
Well, WrestleBash 34, you guys have done a lot. I think the last time we had you guys on, I heard back that you guys had a pretty big crowd. Like, it was a good turnout there.
Yeah, we're returning to Potter's House, man. Potter's House has always been really good to us on the west side of Jacksonville. We had a really good crowd last time we were there for Stampede. And now with it being WrestleBash, we hope to make the crowd, and the size of it even bigger. It's going to be a big night, and we're just looking forward to it. It's always a huge show when we go to Potter's House, and we're looking to make this one the biggest.
Talk to me about the things you get in an indie show that if someone's seeing this right now and they're just used to watching wrestling on TV, what do you get in an indie show that you don't get elsewhere?
Well, it's really personal. Everything's right up and close with you. You have a lot of more opportunities for interaction with the wrestlers when you go. We try to make things as lively as possible. We try to make it so personal to the point where a lot of people really enjoy the indie shows because of how close you are to the action, and the fan interaction with the crowd is huge for us wrestlers. And you get a lot of that in indie shows where it's so personalized to where each person there is getting some sort of interaction with the wrestlers, and actually could really determine a lot what happens in the match based off of how the night's going and how the match is going. We really feed off of the crowd's energy. So I would say just the personalized one-on-one stuff with the wrestlers itself is what makes independent wrestling so unique.
How are you guys doing? The indie wrestlers, they're always looking for the next big break. You guys have, I'm sure, an eager crew with you.
Very eager. The cool thing about Continental Championship Wrestling is it's not like a normal independent where you have guys coming from all different directions, and it's basically just like a hodgepodge crew thrown together. It's way different than that. Continental Championship Wrestling, we have our own roster. I would say 90% of the guys on our steady roster come from our school. And that's one big thing that we're really proud of with CCW. 30 years we've had a wrestling school connected to the promotion, and we offer training and tuition for 6 months. And then after your 6 months, you have an opportunity to get on the roster. So you have these guys that really work together like a main roster on your big shows that you see on TV, but in an independent level. That's what kind of makes us unique. And we have plenty of guys that can then go the distance. Bryce Maddox, you have to start there. He's the heavyweight champion. And I have the opportunity, Saturday night to go one-on-one with Bryce Maddox for the heavyweight championship, which is kind of a weird thing for us because we are buddies. We are real life buddies. There isn't no good guy, bad guy. Like, me and Bryce are two good guys of the company, fan favorites. We've been doing this for a while now. And a lot of guys are really excited to see what happens when me and him go toe-to-toe in the main event of WrestleBash 34. We're putting the friendship aside for the night and let the best man win. So we're looking forward to it.
Well, Landon Cruz, thanks again for joining us on the show. One more time, where people find information, time, date, all that good stuff.
So you can follow us on all socials, Facebook, Instagram, X, and also ccwrestling.biz. www.ccwrestling.biz is where you can find all your updates. We have a weekly webcast, Surge, that gets updated every Friday with new matches, new episodes, kind of how you can kind of stay in the loop and get ready for WrestleBash 34. And tickets are online as well at ccwrestling.biz. That's August 16th, Potter's House Gym on the west side of Jacksonville, 7:30 bell time.
Landon, thanks again for joining us.
God, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So, big show in Jacksonville. Get out there if you can. And for our Jacksonville viewers, remember, September 23rd, CW 17 in Jacksonville. We debut on your TV screens. And we're going to kick it off with some of the biggest stars of all time. So those first few weeks are going to be absolutely stacked. I'll have more on that in coming weeks. So thank you so much for joining us. And thanks, Trick, for sitting down with us. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him on Raw or SmackDown very soon. I'm Scott Johnson. This is Going Ringside. We'll see you back here next time.
This has been Going Ringside with the local station, brought to you every Wednesday on your favorite podcast player, on News4 Jax Plus, as well as the News4 Jax YouTube channel.